Becky, don't feel free to tell me if something's not working with my
It's so far.
slides. Okay, everybody, welcome to our Live on Purpose and with Great Impact workshop. I feel like that is truly what BODi has given me. And so that's how I decided. And Becky and I came up with our theme for this meeting. My name is Leah O'Mara, and this is Becky McManaway. And we can start with just telling you a little bit about what to expect this evening. We're going to go over the basics of what we do, your support, tools, and training that we are going to have to offer you, costs, investment, and compensation. And we'll spend a few minutes on belief in yourself so you can start living. And I'll preface that by saying it takes time, I feel like, to get to the mindset where I am now. It's every bit of the last 2 years, but I thought I would cover a few things that have really clicked with me this evening. So let's start off. Becky and I'll just tell a little bit about each of our journeys. Becky, would you like to go first?
Sure. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm a nurse and a mom of 2 little ones. My fitness journey kind of started the end of 2021 because I had reached almost 200 pounds and I was like, oh my goodness, I was just classic mom. How did I get here? How did I get to weigh this much? And I went through a couple surgeries with a preventative mastectomy. So after that surgery happened, I was like, you know what, this is perfect. This is square one. I can start over. So I got on the right track. I had a good mindset of where I wanted, what my goals were, what I wanted to be. But I lacked that community, the accountability, and the variety. I got bored really easily. And I had just happened to start following Leah just randomly. She was tagged in someone else's posts and I was like, oh, she looks like fun. So I followed her for several months before I actually joined. And it has been just exactly what I've needed. The accountability was a huge piece for me because just getting someone to get you to show up is like the biggest step, because once you're there, you're going to do the work. But the accountability, the community, the really quick on-demand workouts that keep you from getting bored. There's a variety. It was just exactly what I needed. And I loved helping other people. So I jumped into the coaching aspect of it. And here we are.
Yay. I love that. I actually have not heard your complete background. So that's good to hear. And I have so many questions for you, which we can cover next week. So I love that you mentioned following me for a while. I think, and I followed my coach for 8 months before I joined her. And it takes time, to finally come to a place where you're really ready to give something a go. So if it's not now, it's not never,
Right.
My journey with health and fitness is long, but my journey with BODi is just the last few years. Total body dysmorphia and just really bad with food, disordered eating habits. I was always physically looked fine, but I was never happy with everything, right? And so I was constantly trying like these fad diets. And I followed my coach and I'm like, you know what? She's really strong, like ripped strong. And I want that. I want that strength and that tone. Mainly I wanted the strength. And I saw her, I think in my subconscious, I saw her as a really happy mom and fun loving person being herself on social media. And I was really attracted to that. I'm like, I want that. Whatever she's got, I want it. And so without hesitation, I joined to become a coach because she constantly talked about the accountability to get results is like 99% you get your results if you are a coach yourself, because you're sharing it and that's going to hold you accountable. And she was right, 1,000%. But what I never expected was this whole mindset shift and future. So I started because I wanted the accountability. I kept going because I thought there's got to be somebody I can help. There were some people in my life that didn't want my help. very unhealthy points in their lives. And that broke my heart, but there's nothing I could do for them. But I thought if I start sharing, maybe there's somebody sitting on a sofa, scrolling social media, and they'll come across one of my reels or my posts and they'll be like, I could try that. And over the last couple of years, I've done that. But I've changed my entire perspective on my life as a mother, our businesses. Like I have stepped into some pretty scary, risky stuff, and it's worked out so far, so good. We're still here. And I really do owe a lot of that to the confidence that I gained by becoming a coach and a partner and helping others. And I'll explain some of that here coming up. But I wake up every day and I am thankful that I started this journey. It hasn't been easy, but there's zero regrets. And I'm always looking forward to the future. So with those stories out there, let's chat a little bit about the role of a BODi partner. We used to be called coach. They are changing the name to partner. I still think coach is fine. You can call yourself whatever you want. But at the end of the day, like I'm a coach and I know that that is my role. Some people, and I think we'll talk about this, but I don't know when we're going to talk about this, but if you just want to share your link and, just help others that way, and you don't really want to do everything that a coach and a partner can do, you can be a partner. But if you want to be a coach and do all the ins and outs like I do, I'm going to keep calling myself coach. Anyway, sorry, random side note. So roles of a BODi partner. We have 4 main jobs. And those are, because I didn't want to mess them up, or to take care of ourselves. Our first job is to do the workouts, follow the nutrition programs, hold yourself accountable and hold others accountable. For us to share that and be a product of the product, that's your number one job. And I really enjoy working out. Not all workouts, but I enjoy exercise and I love the way I feel after. So if I could make that a job where I have to show up to every day, I have fallen in love with that opportunity. Personal development. So again, something I'd never experienced in a workplace before was that my number one job was to take care of my mindset, to grow and spend time in prayer, whatever that looks like for you, but to take that time every day to spend on you and on your mind. For me now, that's prayer, gratitude, journaling, planning my day. I've got some educational books to further my knowledge in different areas. And that has been the single biggest thing that I got out of this. I have to say, even outside of the nutrition and the workouts, was being forced to put that time in, has been incredible. So personal development, help others get results. That is what you're doing for yourself. When you share that, you automatically start helping others get results. And we also we'll plug you into trainings and help you help others get results too. It's not going to be up to you. We have systems that we plug you into, and you can literally copy paste those systems to help others. And then the last role of ours is to connect and make new friends. So we get on social media, we get social, make new friends, share our journey, live your best life. And honestly, when you do those things every day, the rest will fall into place. We mentioned the accountability, running a group with another person, like Becky and I run a group together, or we did last month. And, you share responsibilities. You're never alone. So did I cover? I feel like I covered what we do on a regular basis, and it can look any way you want it to look. Those 4 things, it is your business. You choose where you want to highlight, spend more time on one thing or the other, etc. So moving on to Becky.
Yeah. So one of the things we wanted to talk about was a lot of people have fears, even if you don't say them out loud, they're in the back of your head. So kind of just how we address those. Time is a huge one that we hear a lot. How can I run this business? I don't have time. I work a full-time job outside of the BODi coaching. So how do you tackle that? Some of the quick ways we can address that with you are, we have it's a BAT tracker, a business activity tracker. So it talks about those 4 things that Leah said, we're responsible for. It helps you there, there's literal spots you can check mark. It's like your checklist for the day. And did you get all these things done to keep you on the right track? The other cool thing with BODi is you can kind of go at your own pace. You can be a walker, a jogger, or a runner. So you can be more of an affiliate, or this could actually be your business if you want to maybe step away or back off of your other full-time job. So you can kind of set the pace and the tone for your own goals of what you want out of this. Another thing people are scared about is, do I have to be a social expert? Do I have to have a ton of followers? What if I'm not outgoing? Part of that is where we can come in and we can help coach you. We teach you how to network, but you don't have to have all of that to do this job or to do this role. I think I have like 500 Instagram followers. So you don't have to have a million, hundreds of thousands of followers to be able to do this. And I know Leah kind of mentioned one of our jobs is to connect and make friends. And we're going to help you and teach you how to do that so that you're not alone. There's ways that we can plug you in, like she said, to help you learn how to do those acts to grow your business into what you want it to be. And then investment, what's this going to cost? That's something a lot of people want to know, which we'll get to that in a couple slides. But what you really need to think about is, what's this investment worth, to myself, my health, and then knowing that if you work your business, you'll see a return on that investment. And depending on how many people you help a month, you'll get that money back, and then obviously more.
Awesome. I was just going to add a couple of things before we move on. The business activity tracker breaks those 4 things down, like she said, into sections, and there's time limits next to each one. So if you only have 5 minutes to network, there's a list of things you can do to network, how to do them, set a timer, and then move on with your day. In car line.
I should have mentioned that, because I use that all the time. Like when I'm in car line, or if I get to work 20 minutes early, I'm an early bird. If I'm there early, I can knock some of that stuff off, and using a timer works so well.
Yes, absolutely. I need to be better at using a timer. And as far as being an introvert or shy, like you don't want to, you don't feel like you'll be super outgoing, and that scares you to get that way on social media. Some of the top people in this business and other businesses like it are introverts, and they're shy. So don't let that fear get in your way at all. And you don't have to have social media followers. A lot of these same people that are top in their industry, social media was barely a thing at the time. So you covered all you did a good job covering all that. I just throwing that in there.
No, you're fine. I think too, as long as you're just willing to share your journey and share your story, that's what people want to see anyway. They don't want to see, so much of social media is so perfect, but people want to see your everyday, day-to-day habits, and they want to see your fitness journey, even the little parts of it. So I think as long as you're willing to do that, that's what's going to engage people. Ways we're going to continue to support you after enrollment. There's several different resources we give you. There are 3 opportunities every day. I think it's Monday through Friday, or do they do weekends too?
There's weekends too.
So every day of the week, there's 3 different calls at 3 different times. You can kind of pick and choose the ones you want to tune into. But they're with top leaders of BODi. So it's people who have had success and are going to help you along your path and your goals as well. We also do a weekly team call and team trainings with just our group. We have a team page where you can go to ask questions. We can share information with each other, tech support, and the group mentorship one-on-one calls. I know Leah has helped me a ton. Since I started, she spends a lot of time with me, and that's important, especially as you're learning new things. So there's a ton of different avenues. You can kind of choose which ones that speak to you the best. But they offer a ton of help, and we don't expect, nobody expects you to do this by yourself or to just know all the answers.
Yeah, absolutely. You will never be left, in the dark. We respond. We respond to messages. Not all people do, but we do. And the top leaders are fun people. Like, these calls are a good time, and there's so many to choose from. They start at like 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and then 9 p.m. So no matter what your schedule is, you can usually catch one and then figure out whose vibe you enjoy. And like, I have 5 that I enjoy every week, and I try to catch those, for example. So what is next? Compensation. So as a BODi partner, you get 25% of all your supplements. So I look at that as a bit of compensation personally, because I love the shakes every day. I enjoy the Energize to get me out of bed and help me press play early in the morning. These are things that I would be doing whether I was a coach or not. And so getting that discount for me is a huge deal. You earn 25 to 30% commission on every product. So whether it's the workouts or a supplement, I think even like a tank top or whatever, you'll earn that commission back. And we usually gauge this by helping 3 people every month. When you help 3 people every month, it helps your business move forward in the right direction over time. So when you do that, you can earn your first $225 in the first month. That's a total pack. So you'll immediately recoup your investment right away. And then as you build a business and you link arms with other friends and women in this business, you can unlock other ways to earn income, weekly bonuses, quarterly bonuses, and matching bonuses. People run businesses both ways, just off commission and retail, or both, a team and commission retail. There's no one way to do it. It's up to yourself. So what you'll get when you invest with us and our team is a BODi partner mentorship. Is in my way. So we'll start by helping you create your online community. Super basic social media skills are needed, and we will help you do that, including sharing your journey on social media. And there's a million ways to share on social media, and you can choose what feels most comfortable to you. Learning the ins and outs of the business, creating your own schedule, getting paid to help others, and we're going to help you create your own business, help you have your vision for what you want, right? So once you plug into the little mini trainings, we can sit down, we'll have a one-on-one mentorship call and make a plan for your first 30, 60, 90 days and go from there. No pressure. There's no obligation to hit goals. No one's going to be fussing at you because you didn't make numbers or because you didn't clock in at 9 a.m. This is your business. I'm not going to tell somebody what they need to do. I will tell them what I want, what I'm looking forward to doing, but everyone to each their own. And the investment. So like I said, $219, I thought it $225, $219 is the actual starter kit. And that's going to be your total pack. You'll get the programs for a year, the access to 2 nutrition programs, your supplement of choice. We have a wide range of options. I love Shakeology and Energize, which is one of the options, but there's other ones to choose from. Obviously, tons of recipes and meal plans. I feel like people are inundated with recipes and meal plans, but we do have that as well. Access to your online office, customer service and support for yourself and your clients. That has got to be like, I should bold that, because that's where everything is organized for you. So you can keep track of your people, where they are, what they're doing. Obviously the app, there's an app where the workouts are, and it's like your tracking device for everyone can track their nutrition and their workouts, and you can see what they're up to. And then your office is all of your business stuff. So you get access to that with your starter kit. Obviously 25% off all the products. And then you also get a $20 off promo code, personal promo code for your clients. And you can apply that to the starter kit. So it's $199 is going to be your initial investment for the first month. And then $15 a month after that will maintain access to your office, the customer support. We don't have to keep any inventory of product or anything like that. And then whatever your supplements that you choose to keep up with, well, obviously that'll move forward as well. But your initial investment is $199. Okay, so, and if anybody has any questions, I apologize. I don't have the chat screen open, but I will.
I don't see any on there at the moment, Lee.
Good. I will open it after this and check for questions so we can answer those at the end. Oh, wait. So this was the section I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of something to think about, right? Like, we think we're living, and honestly, I thought I was living. I was happy. I was never unhappy. And I think that's hard to express when you start to, your mind starts opening up and you start doing new things. But the reality was I was always happy, but I truly feel like I'm living now, and I wasn't before. I was kind of like living in each day. And so you have the opportunity with different situations that you're going to encounter every day to ask yourself certain questions. And the way you answer those questions will dictate what you choose to do. It'll dictate your next step, right? And we know that every action we take is going to push us forward on our trajectory of life. So if you choose a different action, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. So if you can come at situations with a different mindset, you can truly change your life. And again, you won't necessarily know that you needed to do this, but when you step into it, you'll see what I mean. So, for example, one of the first questions I thought I could bring up to you is, how are you talking to yourself in the morning when you get out of bed? What are you excited about? What are you saying to yourself when you get out of bed? Is it, bah humbug, oh, I can't snooze again. I got to get my kids to school. I have to fix them breakfast. I have to go to work. Or are you saying, what am I excited about today? What do I get to do? Are you doing the things that you want to do? You get to take care of your kids and bring them to school. That is not a have to. And if you're still struggling with that, let's talk about a morning routine to put your mindset in the right place to receive that joy in the morning. When it's, do you have to go to work? Well, maybe we need to look at what your job is. If you're not enjoying the actual job or the people you work with, let's work on that. But you need to know every day when you wake up, what am I excited about? And what am I excited to get to do today? And when you focus on that at the very beginning of your day, you'll be surprised at how some of the have-tos aren't as bad. I will say I have deprioritized a lot of have-tos. For example, laundry, I do it once a week. It is never up to date. Dishes, they don't happen every night. Those are things I don't like to do. So I'm not prioritizing that, just to be quite honest. Another question you can spend time asking yourself, when you encounter a difficult situation, how can this be a gift? And a difficult situation can be a death in the family. It can be traffic on the way because you're already late and now you're going to be later. How can I view this as a gift? And so using the traffic, for example, because it happens to me all the time. We're always late. I will honestly be like, well, maybe there was an accident that God is helping me miss, or let me enjoy this view. Let me have conversation with my kids. It's not always fun to remind myself, but it is a special time that we get in the morning on the way to school. So I need to remind myself to enjoy that. And so if traffic is slowing me down, take some time to breathe and enjoy the ride. And I mentioned a funeral. That's probably not the best example, but it just popped in my head because funerals, it's, you know, you've lost someone, it's sad, but don't we have so many people come together that never get together at a funeral? Like there's truly a gift in every situation. And if you can address each day as a servant, no matter what you're doing, I don't care what your job is, but if, you know, if you're the mailman and you're delivering that letter, like, let's talk about how we're able to serve. And with this job in particular, it was just so obvious to me that I could serve people in a way that I never knew I could. You know, we have a farm, we have a horse farm, and, you know, breeding racehorses. I don't see a ton of service in that. And so this is definitely filling a void for me and giving me that kind of purpose and passion that I didn't know. I mean, I was a mom. That was always my like purpose and passion, but I was still empty. And this is definitely filling up that cup. So how can we serve others every day? Okay, so the last little set of questions. I love this one. When you are thinking about taking a step in whatever direction it is, but there's an opportunity in front of you, will you take it or not? What's the worst that can happen? And what's the best thing that can happen? So for example, moving up here, I moved up from Louisiana to Kentucky for college. And what's the worst that could happen? You know, like I remember that. And I remember thinking, well, I'll just go back home. My parents will take me back, right? And the reality is like, what's the worst? Like if it was a horrible experience, you can always just go back home. If it's a move or I'm struggling to find another example right now, but what's the worst that could happen? Ask yourself that, right? It can be kind of scary, but the reality is what if you succeed? What's the best thing that can happen? And that's when you can just be free to dream. Like truly ask yourself, what do you want? If you had all the money in the world, if you had all the access, all the resources, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And run to that, right? Like live on that and figure out the steps, which honestly is what I learned to do in this business, was to figure out the steps to get where I truly want. And I can wake up in the morning now and I'm like drawn to the work. I'm drawn to the work I do on the farm. I'm drawn to being an intentional mother because I put in that PD. That one little section of one of our jobs was take care of yourself, take care of your mindset. And it has truly changed my life. So I thought these 5 questions, they can apply to anyone, any day. And if you can start your day with these 5 questions and remember to use them in other situations, it can change the trajectory of your life. You'll have no idea. It's amazing. So that was my little side note to start living your best life. Use these questions every day. Let's see what's next. Don't remember. Oh, next steps. So Becky, were you going to cover this? I'm so sorry. I don't remember.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So starting after this video recording, our enrollment is officially open for our BODi business mentorship. We're going to send out a replay to maybe some of our people who couldn't make it, or if you want to rewatch this back, we can get you that link. But we want you to fill out a form. It's like our BODi intake form. I think probably ours are called different things, but it's a very similar form that you're going to fill out about your interest in the coach or partner opportunity. And after we get that, we will send you a link where you can get started and get yourself signed up. The first 3 people who sign up for that are going to get one-on-one calls with us on Monday. We're going to be starting off our new mentorship for our new business builders. So everybody who, if you can jump in this week, that's why it's important to do so this week before the weekends, because Monday our new mentorship is going to start, where we can kind of coach you how to get your business going, the first steps you need to take. We can answer a lot of your questions. So we don't want you to miss out on that. So that's why it's really important to get signed up before the end of the week.
Yeah. When you're in a mentorship group together, when somebody asks a question and it gets answered, you didn't even know you would have had that question. Right. You can learn so much more within a group format. And then you're not kind of jumping in And I'm like, hey, we've moved on, but if you want to go catch these things on your own, you can. I prefer to do them with you. Like we'll all be on the same page going through the process. So, and I'm excited. I cannot believe we're starting that on Monday.
No.
So yeah, enrollment is officially open starting now. In fact, I think I had a link to the application. I'm going to drop it in the chat if I can figure out how to open chat. There it is. No, there it is. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to drop it in the chat. You'll also going to receive an email tonight. Once we get this recording uploaded, you will be able to, you'll be able to obviously see the recording, but then there'll be a link to the application there. And to ask us any questions, just shoot us a text, hit us up. We're really excited. So let's go. The longer you wait, the more time you're wasting. That is something I remind myself of all the time, because I've been in this business for 3 years, but I feel like I fully stepped in only in the last year, and I've seen such growth. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? Right. I am going to do a drawing, picking one of our attendees that are still on the call tonight, and you are going to get a $15 Amazon gift card. So if that is you, congratulations. Thank you for coming tonight. And again, if you guys have any questions, I think that was probably covering a lot the whole time. I'm so sorry, but if you guys have any questions, just let us know, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yay.
Yay. Thanks, you guys. Let's see how I got to stop the recording first. Technical difficulties. I don't know how to do it. Oh no, I have to stop the screen share.
I know, and it's so small on my phone. I'm not much help to you. I feel like you're probably like staring at my eyeball because I'm zoomed in.
No, you're good. Where is the stop recording? Oh, well. I can do this. There it is.